Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Damn it, I just realized I forgot to ask you if you're gonna advertise your podcast. No. All righty, so here we are. Yay. It's the Soliloquy podcast, bitches. Okay, let me do the intro and whatnot. Clears my throat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slaytor Jackson, and also for those freaking mofos out there, Sebastian Adams. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about some drunk sex, and I have the best, this little dude here, a fave of mine, a fave of the show, this hilarious motherfucker, Adrian, on the line. How are you doing today, babe?
I'm doing great because it is Monday and I'm off work. So you gotta celebrate the little blessings.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And I'm just happy that this week, since my campus is on break, I don't have work. I'm not getting paid, but that's a different story. But I have a break. I get to relax. So I get it. I love it. Enjoy your day off. Speaking of day offs, are you out here having sex on your day off? Are you having drunk sex, since that's the topic of the discussion? Have you had drunk sex on the day off?
Well, of course. But it's funny because like I'm not a big drinker anymore, especially like post collegiate days. Like the craziest I'll get now is like maybe like a couple of beers after work or something. I can drink hard liquor, but I just really cannot get with the taste. Like if I taste it, I don't want it. Like you gotta damn near roofie me to with the liquor. Like you gotta hide that shit. She gotta be a sneaky bitch, or else I'm just not with it. But I will be high as fuck for sex. That is a regular occurrence. Enjoy that. My potheadery is how how I can relate to the drunks, because when we both in our zones, it's cool. But yeah, I have had drunk sex. I do not recommend. Well, I can't say that for sure. It's a lot of factors. We'll get into that. But yes.
Right. And we are definitely going to be talking about some of your experiences with that. Now, I know I don't drink as much as I used to. Hard liquor, I always had to hide the flavor because liquor is nasty. I do not understand how people take straight shots and love that shit. Like, it's so nasty. Like, yes, I've taken shots in my life, and yes, that's shots without chasers, because don't try this motherfucker over here. Okay.
Oh, no. I need the chaser. Tag you it, bitch. Come get me.
I'm done. You ain't no chasers over here. I chase my liquor with liquor. So
you're the devil. That's what you are.
I'm the devil. Jesus. I'll take that. Like now I only drink wine, and like after like just being off liquor, I can't drink beer. I don't know how you do that. More power to you. Ill. L is all right. But I
Ew.
just it's ill. I'm sorry. If you have been offended by that statement, I don't. People always saying, "Oh, it's an acquired taste." If I have to acquire the fucking taste, that's a taste that I just don't want to do. That means I have to be disgusted 5 fucking times, and then it start to taste good. That's called conditioning. I can't. Nope. Taste bud
Not
conditioning.
conditioning. Oh my god, it really is an acquired taste though. Like, cause like in my younger days, I thought beer was piss water. Like I did not fuck with it at all,
But it
unless I was
is.
already fucked up. But like maybe it's the millennial in me and the way my bones be creaking and shit. Like I like that shit now. Give me a Miller High Life, give me a Modelo, a fucking Corona, like bitch, a Heineken. I'm cooling.
Mm-mm. No, I did have a Bud Light last year for Mother's Day, in celebration of my grandmother. I had my few sips and poured the rest out for her, for libations and whatnot. I would say that tasted somewhat decent. It did taste like it was a lot of watery flavor to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not my. I just can't. I love you, LMA. I'm sorry I didn't do it for you this year, but it's okay. I love you still. I had some wine last night for you, girl. Me and wine, we are good. We are good. Miss Stella, who's not sponsoring this at all. Stella is bae. Girl, you just hug on
Hell,
a motherfucker real quick. I
I
love you,
love
girl.
Stella. She's lit.
She is lit. She is lit. All right, now let's get into some stories about your experience with drunk sex. How did that go? You said that you started off to say you do not recommend. I want to know the tea. What's the tea, girl? What is the damn tea?
Okay, so I guess the first time I ever had drunk sex was back in my Mercer days, actually. um, People like we all were just drinking or whatever, and my homegirl at the time had her homeboys come through or whatever. Well, I think she was talking to one of them, and then he had a friend, so she was like, "You want to go meet these dudes with me?" And I was just like, "Yeah, okay, cool, I'll do that." So we went. They were obviously older than us. They brought alcohol and shit, so we drank it, and it was just chilling and vibing, drinking, playing music. I want to say no, I don't think there was any weed involved, but yeah. Anyway, so we just chilling or whatever. Next thing I know, I'm like the friend that my homegirls dude brought. Like basically we understand what we're supposed to do. We're running interference so they can do whatever they want to do. So my homegirl and her friend, they started getting into it. And so dude look at me and I'm just like, nah. Like, nah, dude. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on you, sir. And so we just keep drinking and like talking shit or whatever. And then I fell asleep. But I fell asleep and I wake up and he's like on top of me. And like I was like, is this happening right now? Like it was weird. Like I was there and conscious, right? But I didn't feel anything. Like I don't know if I was like just super drunk or whatever. But like he was on top of me, and I think he was actually, yeah, he was inside me too. So like I was like, bitch, if you get me pregnant, I swear to God, I will kill you. Like that's what I said to him. He was like, I'm not gonna get you pregnant. I promise. I promise. You so tight. La la la. And I was just like, man, hurry up. Like I feel nothing. Like literally nothing. Like it was no pain. It was no like discomfort. I was just like, what is happening here? And then he finished on my leg, and that was warm. And I was just like, this is all so nasty. And then I looked at him and I was like, bruh. He was like, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nigga, no, we will never see each other again. I promise you. And so then like the next day I went like to the clinic or whatever to get tested and all of that. And I was like, y'all, I might be pregnant. And then my roommates, they was like, what? Like how? And then like I was like XYZ, and I never really like understood what transpired for real until I talked to them, and they're like, you were raped. And I was like, but I wasn't like scared, I wasn't mad, it didn't hurt. Like, was I really? They were like, yeah, because he began to have sex with you while you weren't conscious. Like, that was not okay. And I was like, damn, I got raped. But does it count? Like, I didn't feel like all the stuff that you see like on TV or you read in literature and shit. I didn't have any of those feelings. I wasn't afraid. It was nothing. Like, it was like it wasn't me, basically. It's like I was me, but I wasn't cognizant or conscious in the moment, even though I could see and be there, I guess.
Got you. Well, to add on to what everyone else had already told you, yes, that is rape. That is definitely sexual assault because you were not conscious in that moment. And I hate that happened to you. And old dude is trash. And I think this is my computer is doing some shit right now. I don't know what it's on some other shit. I need that to stop. But yeah, that is definitely sexual assault. And I think this is a great time to mention that consent piece that I forgot to mention whenever it does come to this episode, that alcohol is the largest, the most popular date rape drug. And on top of that, consent is important, because if you're unconscious, drunk, intoxicated in any way, that does vitiate or cancel out consent. And also within this conversation, I also mentioned to people that you have personal autonomy as well. So those people who do have drunk sex intentionally, that is something that they are doing with an intent of having sex. That's something that they have comfort in doing, that they thrive to do. They want to have drunk sex. Therefore, that's their thing. That's like having sex while high. That's something that people enjoy doing, and they do so intentionally, and they are consenting with their partner because they're comfortable with that partner. But a lot of people do think that they will try to translate what they can do with one partner to other partners, and think that, okay, this person does like to have drunk sex, so everybody else like having drunk sex, which is not true. Some people don't like that. Some people don't prefer that. But yeah, I say this to say I hate that happened to you. That is definitely sexual assault. And I hope old dude got what was coming to him in terms of possibly being locked up behind bars for some time, or has received some type of education of knowing that that is not appropriate behavior. That sucks. I hate that. And now I'm mad.
All I know is he was bald and from Florida, and like that was it. I didn't even report it.
The Holiloquy podcast focuses on the variability of sexual expression. When it comes to sexual expression, we often depend on pornography to illustrate how one must perform sexually. For those who have not learned this by now, the stuff you see in porn is not real. Pornography provides a singular perspective of sexual expression that is not often the reality we see during our own sexual encounters. The Holiloquy podcast is a conversation that takes you outside of the compressed box of what many know about sex. Some of the topics we discuss includes kinks, condom usage, status disclosure, and past sexual experiences. The Holiloquy podcast steps out on sexual norms and recognizes that the norm is not the only normal. Subscribe today and join the conversation.
Bald and from Florida, and like that was it. I didn't even report it. Like I didn't, and I did. Like I told you, it was. I guess it was ignorance on my part because I did not recognize as what happened to be as serious as it was,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't like hurt. I didn't have any symptoms of like an STI or whatever. I still got checked, of course. Um, but like I just, me and the dude, like we didn't have. It wasn't like a very angry thing, It's
Mm-hmm.
like it was cool. Like, oh boy, was cool. We was laughing, we was joking. Like he didn't make the drinks. Like we was just drinking like out the bottle. I saw him open everything. Like I opened all the bottles that we was drinking, and the beers were in cans. So like I didn't think nothing of it. And then my homegirl was over in the same room. Like what I'm saying. So I wasn't. Maybe because I was intoxicated, I wasn't clocking the danger that was actually there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it wasn't even like dude forced it. Like, no, I did not consent to it because I literally fell asleep and woke up with him on top of and inside me. But like, he was a minute man because literally after I woke up, it was like maybe 2-3 minutes and he was done. So like, I don't know. Like, I guess like I do know now in my older adult age that it was assault or whatever. It wasn't wrong. I mean, it was wrong. It's a crime, but like I don't know. It's like cognitive dissonance. Like that's like a other part of myself that I don't necessarily deal with. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to say it doesn't. I will. I guess I don't think it affects me seriously.
Mm-hmm. And that's understandable. I know there's been certain assaults that have happened towards me that I no longer take seriously or are hurt by or impact my daily life. And because of that, I don't really care too much about it. So I definitely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lack of education when it does come to consent and when it does come to what is and is not sexual assault or just like the proper way of asking for those things to happen and just miseducation and what a sexual experience looks like
Mm-hmm.
impacts the way that people do express their sexualities. Like even with old dude, I don't know his intentions, but from the comfort of y'all's conversation, I don't think that to him, he thought what he was doing would be considered sexual assault because no one is educated in knowing what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you watch some TV shows that many of us have been raised on, that is something that is considered sexy. That is something that is considered romantic to
Mm-hmm.
wake up a partner with dick. And it's like, if you don't know that person, you can't assume that.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, a lot of people have not experienced anything outside of the boxes that they have already been placed in, which
Right.
is one of the purposes of this podcast is to have those conversations to open a lot of people's eyes about what the boxes that we're placed in and how we can get ourselves out of that, how we
Mm-hmm.
can see that what we recognize as sexuality is not is normal, but it's not the only norm. It's there are some misinformation that we've all learned that we think that we attribute to sexual expression. There are some things that we've been taught to categorize people or put other people, our sex partners, in certain boxes and molds that does not fit every single person. So it's sexuality is so diverse that if we were to just have a class about it, that class will have to last up to like a full fucking year. Like even with myself is like being in this field, being in the space of educating myself on sexuality, I learn new things every single day, regardless of what textbook I'm using, what literature I'm reading, what programs I'm in. We're still discovering more and more about sexual expression, and then what we originally thought was possible. So it's a lot, but Yeah, I do hate that. But even with engaging in this conversation now, how do you feel in this moment about that instance?
Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I guess like it's like something that happened
Mm-hmm.
and I can it's weird. Like I just don't have every time I try to go into that space to like feel or think or kind of process, it's just nothing. It's just like blank. Like if it was a movie, it's like you removed that scene and the movie just picks up.
Mm-hmm. Well, if my advice on things of that nature is always therapy, and I know you're already in therapy, so it's just if that's something that you do want to go down and just explore and process those feelings, definitely talk to your therapist about it because it might be something. Some new information that you forgot, or it may just be nothing. It may just be you've resolved the issue and it doesn't impact you at all. One of the things that I tell a lot of people who I'm coaching, but whenever they bring up situations repeatedly and they mention, but I'm over that situation, I always let them know you're not over that situation. You're still in it. The reason why I know you're in it because we met 3 times and you mentioned it 3 times. If
Yeah.
you're over a situation, you don't talk about it. You might gloss over it just in case it's fitting the conversation. But other than that, you are not over that situation. So let's process that so you can get over that. So that's just how a lot of us, a lot of people interact with certain moments in our lives, not necessarily traumatic in nature, but just if something that has an impact on us and be it making us feel good, make us feel bad, we go back to those moments on a repetitive thought process. That's just something to think about.
But I have a fun story since I brought the mood all the way down.
You didn't bring the mood down.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like I think
Don't
y'all,
apologize.
y'all not
Don't don't apologize. It's nothing to apologize about. Because look, that story in itself might connect to somebody who may have experienced something traumatic in that moment and they had that realization that it may not have been okay for them. So it's those stories are important regardless, and so never apologize for it.
okay. Um, but on the lighter end of drunk sex,
Mhm.
did we ever talk about my your roommate?
Oh
I'm not gonna name
shit.
any names. Did we ever talk about that, or were we just talking about that in the meeting?
We glossed over it in the meeting.
Right.
You let me know about that. You know, back
No,
then
that's
that it
not right.
happened, and I was like, "Oh my god, where the fuck was I?" I'm glad
You
I
were
wasn't there.
there. You were around while me and him were getting to know each other. You were with us. Like we went to the cafe a few times, you, me, and him, and then like we were at the club together. That night we all went to the club. That was the night that we
Was I knocked out in the bed?
I don't know. We went to Power Station. We didn't because we used to go to Asylum all the time. We went to Power Station that time, and that's where we found out old boy could dance because
True.
he was a cheerleader. And I was like, "Boy, you a cheerleader? Like you ain't got no moves." And then he like broke it down on the dance floor, and I was just like, "Why do I want
Pause. We
sex
went
with
to Power Station twice, and one
you?"
of those
Yeah,
times was my birthday. Don't tell me you fucked my roommate my birthday night.
it might have been.
I'm
It
done.
might have been your birthday. Yeah, because everybody was there that night. Like everybody, you, me, him, the girls. Shane was there. Shane, girl, you was there. Like everybody was there at Power Station that night. Shit, even Kayla ass went.
I'm fucking done. Oh wait. Was this? No, this was freshman year. This was
Kiki,
freshman
Kiki was
year.
there. Yeah, it was freshman year.
Gina was the bitch.
Gina was there. Yeah.
I know this bitch did not have sex with my roommate. Well, it wasn't my birthday night, but it was around my birthday. Oh my
Yeah.
god! And you know his birthday's that month too, right?
His birthday. Yeah, y'all had the same birthday month, didn't y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so like I had seen him around campus or whatever. But then when you told me he was your roommate, I was like, ooh. And I started making myself available. But we only did it that one time because of what I told you.
Oh, the Peter Whacker.
The move. I mean, head was great.
I hope he's not listening to this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say your name. I don't need people to know. Anybody who knows me and knows who I said too much shit. They're gonna be like, oh, connecting dots. Oh, that was you.
The whole Liliquid Easter egg, listeners.
Not a fucking Easter egg, child. Oh my god, this is. Oh, I can't. You know, I quit the rest of this day. This recording is over. Thank you all so much for listening to the whole.
Roll the credits.
Roll the fucking credits. Too much has happened in this 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get with me.
That's right. This now I have to process this because now I don't know if I was in the fucking room or not, drunk and knocked out.
Well, you weren't there because
thank God.
It's far. So
oh, thank God. Oof.
But yes, you probably heard him stumble in the room after facts. Cause I do believe I put it down.
As you should, always. Change that man's life. I'm here for that.
Because it was, your girl is an ocean of moisture and little guys can't hang out in the rain like that. They just pop out.
See, I didn't even say anything about size, but this hoe just gonna say little guys can't hang in the rain.
I mean, like slippery.
Lollipop, oh lollipop.
Boom.
Oh no, oh god, I'm getting sued. Defamation is not defamation if you can prove it, child.
Look, guys, we are a collection of experiences, and my experiences happen to be piping hot. Grab a cup and enjoy.
I'm done. I just did you have composure, Lord, composure. So did you have fun? Was it worth it? I know the answer, but was it worth it?
No. Well, no. Like, he was a pretty face. He had fly dance moves. We had all the components. It really just went to shit when he wasn't big enough.
Well,
he did tell me right before, like, I'm reaching into his pants. He's like, I just want you to know I'm small. And I'm like, stop playing. I'm small. And then I was like, okay, what's small? Because, like, I'm black, he's white, so maybe he's thinking I'm used to these gargantuan horse dicks because I'm black and niggas have larger dicks, which, spoiler alert, all niggas ain't huge. Let's just put that there, okay? And spoiler alert, some white boys got that schlang-a-lang jangling. That's probably why I was so disappointed with old boy, because my first white boy had a donkey dick. Wow. Michael, baby, I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, yeah, I remember you. I will never forget.
Oh, I'm done.
That boy was tall, country strong, like, ooh, country, like had the spiky blonde hair, fucking green eyes, just swarthy because it's summertime.
Uh,
Wore a size 12 in the 8th grade, honey.
You are a mess. I'm just going to put this little disclaimer out there for those who may have a small dick. It is okay. You are loved. You have potential out here. And I am open to doing some small dick humiliation if you're into that. So definitely find me on the Twitters. And on top of that, if you are pleasure does not necessarily have to be surrounded by your dick size, so you can always learn to do a little bit more wherever you fall on that spectrum. That can be participating in oral, that can be like sucking your partner's penis, or eating their ass, eating their vaginas or their vulvas, titillating the vulva. I'm just going to bring that back, huh?
I said suck on the clit. Don't be afraid
Yes.
of it, guys.
Don't be.
Girls, they, thems, everybody. The
Ugh.
clit is where it's at. Listen to your auntie Adrian.
It
I
is.
never leave you astray.
Oh, and just so people know, every time you suck on a clit, you are sucking on a penis. Yes, it is homogenous, people.
They actually look similar as fuck. Like, no cap. You could just remove the whole like vulva and all of that shit and just isolate the clitoris and then put it next to a wiener. It's the same shit.
It always amazed me, like most definitely when I'm sexually engaged with a man, and there's some oral that might be transpiring, how they might be like, oh yeah, I always get the shaft. I'm like, but you do know that there's less pleasurable nerves in your shaft than it is on the penis, and that's a spot. So if you out here sucking dick and whatnot, and you want to please your partner, focus on the head a little bit more than the shaft, okay? There's your sex tip.
Actually a fucking fact, because I, Adrian, when I engage in heterosexual activities with cisgender males, I tell them straight off the bat, I cannot suck dick. Like, literally can't. Like, I have a like nerve condition in my jaw that doesn't allow me to open my mouth very wide. And like I said, a lot of niggas, you gonna have to open up. But I tell them, like, I can't suck dick, but I will lick the shit out of your dick. And they laugh all the time, right? Like, they're like, well, bitch, what? Like, I'm gonna teach you how to suck it. And then that first moment comes where you gotta, it's time, whatever. And I just literally suck and lick and stimulate their dickhead like I'm eating pussy. And them niggas bust like crazy. Like, I got to jump off quick because I'm not gonna eat that shit.
Look, teach these kids. Yes,
The
Lord.
three
Yes.
niggas I did date seriously was very pleased. I had tight pussy and crazy mouth.
That's going to be the episode title.
Oh God.
Look, and just for SEO and not to get the podcast banned, it's going to be PU $$Y, because you can't really say that on the interwebs without getting like banned. So
my bad. Sorry, Mark.
No, you can say it. You just can't spell it out.
Oh.
Child, I'm not gonna be on Facebook by the time this thing airs. Fuck Mark.
Anyway.
Mark could suck all of my dick. He could
Mark
suck the under dick for all I care. Like, he
can suck my dick too.
Look, people gonna be like, well, hold up. Yes, he could suck it. He could eat the ass too. Actually, yeah, he could. Actually,
it tickles so much.
Now this is going to be, now let's talk about it. Would you, if the opportunity presented itself, actually fuck Mark Zuckerberg?
Yes, but I would only fuck Mark Zuckerberg as a top. I would not bottom for Zucky. Now I would fuck Mark Zuckerberg, and I will put a clause in our agreement that his wife got to tag in. Because that lady kind of cute. I got a thing.
I
Wait,
like that.
edit that out. Edit that out. That's
Girl, you know it's not. You know it's not. I take that yarn out, but I'm not taking that out. It's okay to have a thing for his wife. She cute.
She is, yo. I love Asian girls. Konnichiwa.
I'm so done with you. Like I
Uh,
think
hey,
if he pays me, I'll do it. I'll do it.
now
Like
you gotta pay you.
I'm not sexually attracted to Mark Zuckerberg. I like
I'm not.
every time I look at him, I get the like I know he may have some kind of mental disorder when it comes to like a personality disorder and how he interact with other people, but he gives me huge Android vibes. So I get why that conspiracy theory is like there. But at it's just I will feel like I'm having sex with a robot, and then I'm just like, I'd rather have like a dildo and just do it that way.
That's why I could do it, because I have a thing for AI and robots. Like, that is one of my porn categories that I like to watch. Like the idea of fucking something human like but not human.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Oh, I didn't know that was a porn category, but I fucks with it. Like, oh my, we fucking AIs, yes, bitch. So
robots how to feel.
stupid. So what are some of the messages about sex and drugs that you received over the years? Like be it in music videos or on movies, radio, talk show hosts, all that other stuff. What are some of the messages you received?
So I guess it depends on what era of music you're looking at. So like when I was younger, like, you know, preteen years or whatever, kind of figuring things out, but not really knowing shit about anything. Like it was always, you know, if a man pulls up in a nice car, you know, he dressed nice, he got money, you know, he gonna buy you nice drinks, like you supposed to drink them, and you know, basically whatever he wants to do, you gonna do it because man's pulled up, spent his time and his money on you. That was more like a late 90s kind of vibe, you know. And then like when I became a teenager, you know, and starting to figure out what I like and dislike and becoming romantically awakened, like it was, you know, money doesn't matter. Like it's all about how you feeling in your heart, you know, and you need a little liquid courage, you know, to say how you feel, or, you know, to be to the message for alcohol in the music I was listening to was like, alcohol helps you take off your mask so that you can be your best self, basically. Very pro liquor. Like there's all across all the genres. I could probably name a song for each genre that was like giving that type of message. And then nowadays, like in my adult years, it's very much alcohol is not even mentioned. We on Zans, we on coke, we on lean. Like alcohol's for bitches. Like ooh, a drink, nigga. Oh, you drinking? Like no,
you're a big boy now.
We doing hardcore drugs, baby. Like we wash the cocaine down with vodka.
Like, not the damn cocaine.
Yeah, so it's like the evolution of the message of music, romance, and drugs. It has kind of done that wave effect. You know, there's a pinnacle, and then it changes, and then the message kind of goes underground, and then comes back to the top, comes back and goes down, based off of what society's doing.
I'm with you there, because I know, like, I remember the romantic songs when it's all about love making, you know, the Luther Vandross and whatnot. I'm going to seduce you with my words, seduce you with my actions.
You a meal.
Ooh, child. What's that? Turn off the lights, girl. Like, This man said, I'm going to step in the shower with you, bathe you, and all this other stuff. It was a lot more sensual when it came to sex. And then you get, I remember the transition to where it was more, I'm going to buy you things, and that's going to be translating to my attraction to you, the reciprocity of us having sex and everything. And then it transitions.
The more shit I get you, the more pussy you gonna give me.
Right, exactly. And then then it's all about the alcohol now. And I'm like, okay, well, we're incorporating alcohol, loosen you up, liquid courage, that's the messaging that I was getting at that point. And then it's to the maximum. Now we're utilizing ecstasy, we're utilizing all other drugs, like you said, perks, mollies, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is a lot.
Quickly.
I'm like, I'm not trying to, like, do we know the medical, what happens when I'm on a perk? Like, can we get that knowledge? No. Oh, it's just pop a perk and have sex. Do you not know that actually contributes to impotency? No. I had to have that conversation with one of my students. He was like, sometimes every now and again, I might pop a perk and have sex with my girlfriend and whatnot. I'm like, okay, it's cool that you do that every now and again, I guess. But do you know every time you pop that pill that you don't really need, it lessens your chances of getting up? That's a side effect, sir. Did you not know that? Did you not know that every time you smoke weed and have sex, your body starts to correlate the two to a point where you are unable to have sex or get your own dick up without being high?
That's why Adrian takes tea breaks.
Like, it's like, our bodies remember things, and the way that we act according to whatever drugs or substances that we're using at the time, it remembers that. When you in your mind combine or conflate two different substances and how they contribute those to your sexual experience, your body starts to remember that, okay, I need this in order to get to that point. So let me let me crave that so that I can have that, and then we can engage in this activity. Or why not just practicing, not utilizing drugs so much to get up? It's not utilizing alcohol, not utilizing perks, not utilizing ecstasy, and just try that sexual experience a few times to see if that you still get some pleasure. If you don't, seek out a sex therapist, seek out a sex coach, seek out someone like myself who can help you out, have those discussions, because it might be some other things that's going on. But the messaging is flawed. No, I hate that.
I was agreeing with you.
So I will say this will be the perfect time to transition into that segment of Never Have I Ever. And we've talked about this. I haven't asked you on the podcast, but I already know the answer. It's just the card I pulled. Never have I ever slept with an ex.
Yes, I have. So many times.
So many times you have. Oh my God. For myself, no. But that's also because I only have like one ex. So and it's not that I wouldn't try if the opportunity came up, but it's also it is what it is. Have I had sex with previous potential exes, our lovers? Definitely, all the time. Like, you think, well, for myself, I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. It is what it is. We were trying to do this fuck buddy shit, and you just acting up. I'm done with you. Fuck you. It is what it is. And here I am in the same situation with one of those people right now. So, yep.
Oh my.
Hey, the sex is good. If the sex is good, the sex is good. And sometimes I could forgive.
I think that's me around, bro.
So would you like another?
Sure. You know I'ma always want some more.
So this one doesn't count. I'm going to have to change that with somebody else. All right. So never have I ever swapped partners with another couple.
No, I have not, but I would like to. But Bonita is very picky, so I don't see it happening.
You know, I haven't. Am I willing to in the future? Probably so. I've been with other couples. I just haven't been in a relationship at the same time to entertain that idea of swapping partners. And I've never actually brought like a friends with benefits or a fuck buddy to any interaction with like a couple that I'm engaging with. So that's what I should think about doing. That'd be interesting.
Not an idea.
Right.
Write it down.
Oh, trust me, it is written already. So, would you like a sex question?
Yes.
If you switched which gender you're normally attracted to, what do you think would turn you on the most?
So, like, am I the person becoming the other gender?
No, if you were to switch, like, what gender you're attracted to.
But I'm attracted to like almost all of them.
Right.
Oh, I guess if so I am in a committed relationship with a female, so I guess I'll switch that to a male. So am I thinking of my partner as a man, or is it just in general?
In general, what would turn you on the most about them?
Well, for me, for men, I love like a very masculine, like physique slash like aura. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know them niggas that you see, they just ooze like, I am a man, but they don't have to say it with their mouth. Like, there's nothing that they do intentionally to do that persona. It's just, it comes out of them. Like, they just are male. Alpha female, I'm attracted to power and strength. So I think that would be the sexiest surface thing that would attract me most. And then right after that, dick.
I'm so done. I know. So for myself, I'm mostly attracted to masculine presenting persons. So if I were to switch that attraction to more feminine presenting persons, I think that what would turn me on the most is dominance, and just kind of like you, that power that can like tap into the switch in me and then make that switch want to be a sub throughout the our relationship, because for me, if I'm going to be someone's sub, you have to prove to be a dom first, and that doesn't happen often because I'm a very dominant persona already, and if you match my energy and they make a step up, I'm like, oh, hold up now. You just did something right there. Did you just put me in my place? Oh my god. Hello, how you doing, Bobby? Hey mommy, how you doing? Ooh, child, come on. So I will say that will be the thing that will turn me on the most, and of course vagina, because it's a beautiful taste, Lord.
So you're right.
Right. On that note, Adrian, do you have any last words for the audience?
I would say, guys, if you want to do sexy shit when you're not all there, like, definitely have a limit and, have a support system or plan B, that you can enact. Because preparation is a lot easier than reconciliation. So, take care of yourselves, guys. And also, I would say before you introduce drugs or whatever into your sexual experience, you should have at least engaged in that sober first, so you can know, like, off the bat, is this something you actually like, or is it something that feels good when you off of whatever the fuck?
Yeah, that's a message. I appreciate you so much, sir. All right, now for my message to you all, thank you so much for listening to the Holiloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Make sure you do all the great stuff that includes like, subscribe, rate, review, share this podcast with your friends. And just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful. You are worthy of happiness and joy. You are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Holiloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holiloquy.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.